Welcome, everybody, to the R&R CatCast, a fan-based podcast focusing on Montana State athletics. We're two dudes named Ryan from the state of Washington talking about our dear Montana State. We hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back, Bobcat fans. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the R&R CatCast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Foley. We got the full crew tonight. We have Zach Levere and Ryan Thornburg. We are the R&R, the Montana State affiliate of the Big Sky Podcast Network. And we are passionate about supporting Bobcat athletes, just like the Bobcat Collective. Visit bobcatcollective.com today to learn more and sign up to be a member for as low as $25 a month. Memberships support student athletes and provide great perks for members, including exclusive access to events, behind-the-scenes content, and more. Again, that's bobcatcollective.com. Thank you, Zach.
You're welcome.
Is the Bobcat Collective funny to you?
You were doing too good. I had to break it up for you.
It's like an ongoing joke now that somebody has to send me some cock and balls, and yours truly just drew a big one for me and put it up to the screen.
Held it up to the camera for everyone to enjoy.
To be fair, it was up there for like 20 seconds before either one of you realized it.
I was just staring at my bottle of Powerade, realizing I thought this entire time, this is like 2 6-packs of this, I thought it was Powerade Zero. I've been chugging full sugar Powerades. No wonder. So yeah, I was staring at that, contemplating that, and I look up to see, I'm like, what is Foley laughing at? So I got a gander of it. Happy Monday, gentlemen.
Happy Monday.
All right. Well, coming off a sweet bye week, didn't have anything to worry about over the weekend. We're going to play Cal Poly this weekend. So this show will preview the Mustangs. We'll talk about Coach's fashion watch, what he wore in his press conference. We'll get into the top 25, the FCS. We'll play a little Name That Cat. Zach's going to give us some locks for the weekend. And we'll cover some Golden Coolies, which I'm not sure we have any. So could be a quick one, but every time we say that, it goes long. Not sure what to think about that.
It's going to be a long one.
Yep. It's going to be a long one. All right.
Buy or sell 50-minute pod.
Like, you mean over and under?
Yeah.
I'm going to go under. We're doing it.
I think so. We'll be fine.
I'm going to go over.
I'm going to keep 55 minutes on our clock up here since we didn't start actually talking to like 5 minutes in.
I'm going to keep like just serving softball questions that you'll have to chew on slowly.
No, I will just swallow it and give you one word regurgitated answers with no thought at all. You can't make me think.
You know, people actually like this pod there, Thorny. This part of it is talking on it. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's in our Golden Coolies.
What's in your Golden Coolie?
What's in your Golden Coolie is brought to you by Wilbur Ellis. Go see Shea Richter and Company up in Fort Benton for all your farming and fertilizer needs. Well, as I just mentioned, I've been accidentally chugging full strength Powerades, so I have a Powerade. I don't even have a Golden Coolie. I'm sick. I'm a little under the weather. My throat's kind of bugging me, so I've just decided to drink a Powerade.
Keep it simple. Had it last week again. Madison River Brewing, Salmon Fly, Honey Rye. Had a couple in the fridge. Didn't go on a beer run this week. Just a casual week. I'll probably have some cool San Luis Obispo beer next week, hopefully.
Can you bring that back with you?
In my check bag.
Okay.
So,
my wife went on a little girlfriend weekend this past week, and they were in Polson. She brought back some Bayern Oktoberfest.
I've had it. It's good. I like it.
Was it on this season?
That
Did you have one recently?
did not have one of theirs, but I have had theirs.
Okay.
Not on the
Yeah.
podcast, but I have had one of theirs. It's pretty good.
Delicious. And what is it about drinking a beer from a bottle that makes it go faster?
I
not sure
have
I
no idea.
Agree with that.
Oh, man.
That was a statement I was not ready for.
Okay. Well, let's get into the top 25. North Dakota State's number 1, South Dakota State's number 2. Both are 7-0. They're playing in the Dakota Marker game this week. Sidetrack.
Primetime TV.
Yeah. Who you guys are rooting for on that one? Jackrabbits?
I think the Jacks give us the best chance to get the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Then I'll go with that because that's. Although I do like the Jackrabbits better overall as a program, but whatever helps us most in the seeding is all I care about.
Tarleton State is 8-0. They're number 3. I did look into Tarleton State. They're kind of an exciting team, like kind of a fun offense to watch.
Did you watch any of their games on Saturday?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I watched them too. They're a decently impressive team.
Yeah. More so than I thought. Montana stays at number 4. They're 7-0. Montana State, our Bobcats, are still at number 5 at 5-2. UC Davis comes in right behind us, again staying at number 6. Then it goes Lehigh, North Dakota, Tennessee Tech, Monmouth, and that's the top 10. Looking down the list, Northern Arizona drops from 19 to 20. That's it as far as Big Sky goes. Sac State's getting some
Where's
votes.
Idaho?
They're not even getting votes anymore.
Finally. It's over.
The V's are in a bad spot.
Well,
yeah.
Let's see. Northern Colorado is not getting votes anymore either. I watched that Sac State Northern Colorado game. That was
so
a
close.
fun game to watch.
That was fun. I watched a lot of that too.
Wild play at the end. I don't know why Northern Colorado didn't call a run when they needed 1 yard, but they did a slant and got tipped, and game over. It was like one of the few stops that Sac actually got, but just 2 offenses going at it. Holy cow. So, I think Northern Colorado, they're kind of fun to watch. They're believing, I'll tell you that. Like, you can tell when a team is buying into it. They got a little taste of victory, and they're salty. Cheeks, their wide receiver, he's a dude. That's like the second Cheeks on their team. They had the older Cheeks, and now they got the younger Cheeks. So you can mash that up any way you want, but they're good football players over there for sure. Good for Ed Lamb, right? That's pretty cool to see. He deserves it.
Yeah, kind of a fun little weekend to watch in the Big Sky, but kind of ho-hum.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything stand out to you guys? Any thoughts on the top 25?
Kind of feels like separation week coming up here, so a lot of games ahead. I don't think anybody knows anything until the marker game's played. We play Davis. We play the Brawl. So a lot of football still to be played.
Getting close to the big man month. It's creeping in. November's coming soon, fellas. All right. Well, let's get into the vegan fashion watch. Fully fashion watch.
And now, Bobcat fans, it's time for F&F Fashion Watch, brought to you by Foley and Fisher, the only two that seem to really care what Brent Vegan is wearing at his press conference.
Thank you, Russell. Coach wore his navy Glen-checked twill weaved suit, a white pressed shirt, and a brown and white striped tie. No pocket square, no baloney. This one took me a long time. It's a suit he has worn before. It's my favorite suit of his. I just couldn't tell if it's Prince of Wales or Glen-checked. I probably spent a good half hour looking at fabrics online trying to distinguish which one it was. I can't tell. It's hard. Could
Can't
go
you just
either
upload
way.
a picture of that to ChatGPT or something?
I don't think so.
Reverse Google image search it. See if you can get some results.
I mean, it could just be some sort of derivation of plaid as well, but
Do you do this for extra credit in your class? Just throw up a picture of vegan on the screen, be like, whoever can write the best description, 3 extra credit points.
I think, Glen-check has houndstooth in it in between the checks. I couldn't tell if it did or not. It was hard. I actually erased and wrote the either or of those probably 3 different times. So it's a good suit. It looks a little bit like woolen to it, so it's like got that twill wool look to it. It's his best suit by far. Still no pocket square. It wouldn't take but much to just simply put one in there. Coach Fegan talked a little bit about how the team's healthy, guys. Knock on wood if you have some around, because it's been something that's been kind of refreshing. Years past, it feels like we've caught the injury bug, and outside of Taki still being out and maybe coming back soon, Hunter Providence is going to be back.
It's good
He
news.
said, yeah, he was pretty high on that. He still kind of paints the picture of everything's out in front of us. We are scratching our potential, but we're not getting there yet. And he kind of caps off his speech today talking about, he says, you value what you can be instead of what everyone is saying what you are. And that was in response to, I think it might have been Coulter asking him a question. He's like, how do you kind of stay level headed? He's like, well, we don't read into the press. And he, one of the things he said that I thought was kind of interesting, he's like, we got kind of quite a few young guys on the team that don't even know how good we actually are compared to anyone. They just don't know yet. They haven't been around long enough. They haven't seen North Dakota. They've felt South Dakota State, but they just don't know quite yet. So he says they're a young team. They're willing to be coached. They like being coached. And he's just excited where they are right now. He did not say what Bobby Houck would say, which is what?
I don't know.
Next question.
No, he always says, I'm fired up about our team.
Okay.
He-
You've watched a lot more Bobby Houck than pressers than I have.
I've watched a lot of
I
pressers.
watched today's Bobby Houck one. I got a lot out of that. Calling Dr. Wood a clown.
Oh, so he
Montana
called him a
Pandas.
clown?
He called him a
Yeah,
clown.
he did.
What was he like? Was it a joking tone? I only read the quote.
He seemed very annoyed, and somebody tried to ask the players about it and said, how is this being perceived in the locker room? And Bobby shut it down real quick and said, no, we're not talking about this.
Good old Bobby. I agree with him on that, honestly. That's the
Yep.
appropriate way to handle, I think. Or an okay way to handle, anyway.
I have a Golden Coolie question if you don't know what we're talking about. This got me thinking today about the Montana Pandas, and I know the Grizz fans have had a lot of fun with that. If we were not the Bobcats, what would you want our mascot to be?
You can't just spring that on me.
I'll give you some time to maybe think about it. We'll circle back to it.
Okay.
But if we were not the Bobcats, what would you want our mascot to be?
The Pelicans, the Albatrosses.
Albatrosses.
Albatross eye.
Albatross. That's a tough one, man. I'm gonna start with Thorny on that. You can't just spring that one on us. You should have gave that a text message like about 2:00 this afternoon. Not fair, Zach.
I'm gonna let you chew on it. We'll come back.
Okay.
Well, no guarantee that later will be any better than now, but all right, I'll put it in the back pocket.
I was trying to think of something. I thought the pronghorns, maybe. Montana State pronghorns.
I don't know. The mountain lions.
No. Could go something like Warriors. Vigilantes. That would be cool.
Vigilantes would be.
Montana State Vigilantes. That'd be a good one, actually.
There you go.
It's a little too risque for 2025.
There's the Vandals.
That's fair.
Vandals and Vigilantes.
Vandals is a generic,
risque
thing. Vigilantes is very specific to Montana.
Yeah.
In this scenario. There's some story there, some controversial history.
I like it.
Here, I got one from Mike. Hey, Mike, listen to this. There's your pale ale for the week. There you go, buddy.
Ooh.
If we lose, I'm gonna ban you from pale ales for 2 years.
It was like what 50% or something. It wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't much.
Could
He's
you
just trying to
not
make
save
something out
that
of
for the
nothing.
Weber State game?
Well, Foley's in his. I refuse to believe this in superstition and has forsaken us. This bitter man take.
Breaking news: old man hates change.
What flavor of Powerade do you have, Thorny?
Red.
Oh, it's the worst.
They don't have flavors. They have
The
colors.
worst. The
Blue's
worst.
the best.
Blue's the best.
Blue is
No, the
absolutely
white
best.
white is the best.
Gatorade's better than Powerade. I don't know why I'm having
Yeah.
Powerade.
I mean,
That's
that is
true.
true.
Fair.
Cheaper,
Do-
I guess.
Do you have a favorite bottled water? This is an easy question for me.
Not
No, but I
really.
have ones I hate.
Is Arrowhead one of the ones you hate?
Yeah, they're gross.
Yeah, terrible.
I will
Best?
reach for a Montana Treasure Water over anything.
Is that the ones that they have in the press conferences?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
every time I go, they're always all over the town pumps, and that's where I get gas. So that's where I get for waters.
Dasani is number one, and it's not even close.
It's classic.
It's the best
a
water
good
I've
one.
ever had.
You're trying to push this to an hour? Talking about bottled water? What are we doing?
I saw your face over there. Okay, you caught me. You caught me. All right. Where do you want to steer this, Thorny? I've done what I've done. What I do.
Done the press conference? I mean, we
Yeah.
gotta do the recap or the game recap, the preview, right?
All right, let's talk about Cal Poly.
Well, I gotta do the read, which I didn't even have. Didn't even have it up, but was not prepared apparently. Where do I even have it? Save that. Now I'm just helping you get this to 50 minutes.
So it looks like Cal Poly's 3-4. Most recently, a loss to the Grizzlies, 9-28 in Missoula. Of course, it's in Missoula. The Grizzlies have played one home game or one away game. Gosh,
This was crazy.
I could talk. I probably could talk a good hour about their schedule and just get heated, but I'm not going to. I think we're all a little bit salty right now about the Mariners losing. We all just came off that. So
Yeah, that sucked. I'm not even a Mariners fan.
yeah,
I adopted them pretty heavily for the little playoff run here.
The amount
I
of
was
people at
vested.
work who had Mariners hats on today, and like the amount of people I saw coming off planes today when in the airport working who had Mariners stuff, I was like, all right, big game tonight. That stinks.
So Zach, you're going to San Luis Obispo to watch this. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff.
I am.
That's pretty late. And it's their third home game. So they had Davis at home, which they lost 27-34. He also beat Western Oregon at home 56-7. Yeah.
I'm excited. This is my first time to slow. San Luis Obispo.
Beautiful.
I've heard it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I should have made that one happen.
Yeah.
Of all the games I should have gone to this year, like why not go to that one?
Winter's coming real quick here in Bozeman, so I'm excited for a little bit of sun. Last little bit of warmth.
Yeah. It's been pretty chilly over here in Spokane already. So
This is a program. This is a game. I want Cal Poly to be better, and I hope Coach Wolf can get them to be better. They seem to be having a better year and heading in the right direction. They have some money, and it looks like they're investing in their football program. They have a new John Madden football center he was a Cal Poly alum. They're investing in hopefully some stuff in the football department because I would love for Cal Poly to be competitive like Davis.
Before we talk anymore, I guess I'm like, when am I going to do the ad read? We started talking. That seems like a good enough time to interject with the ad read. The game preview section is brought to you by Madison River Brewing. crack open Montana with Madison River Brewing. Inspired by the rivers we fish and the places we love, our beers are brewed for adventure, for friends, and for stories worth telling. Find Madison River Brewing wherever great beer is sold, or come straight to the source in our tap room on Frontage Road in Belgrade. Madison River Brewery, the Montana beer. I did it, guys. I was like, don't slip on Frontage Road.
Well done.
Oh, man, I didn't believe you would actually do it, but you did.
Rounding into mid-season form.
Yep.
Dorney's coming off the bye.
Cal Poly is looking pretty decent this year.
Yeah.
Compared to other years, I mean, we talked a little bit about this already, but they were such a joke for a
They're
couple
not
of
a
years.
doormat.
They're so awful, but they should be a decent program. I mean, they're a high academic institution, so those places are harder to have consistent, good programs. But you know, they shouldn't be as bad as they have been. So it's good to see them have a respectable season.
They're in a recruiting-rich environment. They are in a beautiful area. Should not be a hard place to get kids to go to.
Don't they have high academic standards? Is that why?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a harder school to get into.
I don't know. They did let my sister in, so I'll say that. But sorry, Hannah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna hear about this one tomorrow.
Dude, jeez. Throwing your sister underneath the bus.
You know, I want to trash talk this rivalry, and I've wanted to do it for years, but just with how Cal Poly has been, there's no care. So I want them to care, and I want them to be better, personally.
Ooh. All right. Did anybody do a little research on Cal Poly?
I'm trying to figure out why they have. Do they do a 2-quarterback system?
They do. They have
Yeah.
Michael
Ty-
Briscoe or Ty Briscoe. No. Tell me his
Looks like-
name.
Ty Diefenbach
Diefenbach. Yeah.
and then Bo Kelly.
6'6", 220. It's kind of a big statue back there, can sling it around. And then junior Bo Kelly, that's a guy we've heard of before. He's more of a 6 foot kind of runner. So Vegan did talk about the difference between those guys. I'm prepping for both of them. He said we're probably going to see a lot of Diefenbach. He was the main quarterback against Montana. So maybe I'm not sure how he compares to like Jordan Cook. He didn't seem as talented as Jordan Cook could be, but kind of similar.
Well, it doesn't look like he runs at all.
No. Just a big dude. 6'6", 220. Could see over his center. Unlike
Only
Tommy Malott.
Only 58.5% of his passes, and he's
There
6
it
touchdowns
is.
and
There's
5
our,
interceptions.
There's our Tommy jab for the day.
I moved right on.
I had to. It's on brand for me. So on brand.
Tommy
for
Malott
me.
over here catching flack.
You know, I'm going to come on to Foley's side a little bit more and give him a public apology. Ty McCullough posted on Twitter yesterday. He goes, I don't know. It was something along the lines of, I don't know, but Colorado State should do everything in their power to get Brent Vegan to go there. Give Vegan whatever he wants to go there. And I'm
Ty.
like, all I thought is, Ty McCullough dropped a lot of passes. Foley was right.
Why the heck's
Maybe
Ty
he should
got to
drop
go
I'm
that
like, why
Drop
why
that.
would you say that?
Jeez, Ty.
I think he's just
I
trying
mean,
to pump his coach, man. He loves Brent Vegan. He wants
Yeah,
the best
I
for Brent
know.
Vegan. But
I was like,
yeah,
come on, man. Don't do this to me.
and you were at Colorado State. You wouldn't do that to your best friend, would you?
yeah, I think we should put a pin in that one. I do. I think we should talk about it. I mean, there's a lot of going on right now on Bobcat Nation and Bobcat Land and talking about Coach Vegan going different places. I want your thoughts on that. But let's get through this game preview with Cal Poly. Then we'll talk about that.
Did anyone watch the Grizz game?
It's
Just
hard
like
to
you're
watch
hurt.
the Grizz game for multiple reasons, but one of the top multiple reasons of watching the Grizz game, which is just unbearable, is how shiny their field is. Do you know what I'm talking about? Their
Yeah.
artificial turf is just like, it just reflects. It's just like you would almost have to watch it with sunglasses on. It's terrible.
Yeah, the cameras were not good on Saturday for that.
No, I didn't watch it, Thorny. Sorry.
I mean, I've watched Cal Poly here and there a little bit this year. They just pass the eye test a lot better than they have in previous years. They actually look like they have like some big dudes, some legitimate sized guys that are good. And a guy Bobcat fans might recognize. I think he's at one point when I looked last week, he was leading the conference in tackles as Mikey D'Amato.
He was on our team for like a couple weeks and he got
a couple cups of
homesick.
coffee. He committed. I don't know when, but he first committed to the Cats, and that I don't know what happened. I think it was right around the change with like Garza, but he ended up going the JC route. I think the intention was he was going to sign the Cats later, and he did sign again coming out of his year at JUCO. But then he flipped his commitment to Cal Poly. So he ended up at Cal Poly, and now he's like the leading tackler in the Big Sky Conference. He was recruited to Montana State as a safety. He's put on some weight, and he's playing linebacker.
Interesting.
So just
He is a
connection.
California guy. So to note, he was in our camp for a couple weeks. Vegan said he was here at fall camp and then peaced out.
Okay, then.
Talked highly of him. Smart football player. Good instincts. As Coach Wood. Midwestern nice.
You never know for reasons why people leave. But
do you
Could be
think
a
Ty
whole
McCullough thinks
multitude
does Ty McCullough call himself a Bobcat or a Ram?
I hope
I
he
think
calls
Ty
himself a Bobcat.
I think would do Bobcat. I would hope. He seemed
Why
to
would
really
he call
buy in the
himself a
program and the
Ram?
culture, and I don't know, he seemed like a guy that really had a good time in Bozeman.
Why would he put that online? Why would he post that?
I've got Foley's head spinning.
Lost a lot of respect for that guy right there.
Really? Interesting. I don't know if I'd go that far.
What have you done for me lately, Ty? Apparently nothing. Dropped some passes and trying to poach our coach. Get off my lawn.
Well, at least he's not a kid student anymore, so I feel better about you insulting Ty McCullough than anything that would be anything else. So I guess knock yourself out, Foley. Go for it.
Well, not to.
I personally love you, Ty.
I used to.
Not to take us out of the recap, but the last time we played at Cal Poly, do you guys remember what the final score was? I have it right here, or what it roughly was.
Was that the 70-7 game or something?
Fully?
Was that the
Well,
last
I know
time?
we had that game, and then I remember the game with Travis Johnson vividly where he was running Wildcat, and he won it for us that game. But that was in the Choate era, so we must have played. No, it must be what Thorny was talking about.
Was it 69-3? I don't
This
remember
was
what
the
it
2022 72-28
Yeah.
Marquis Johnson.
Marquis,
with
there it
13
is.
I didn't remember
carries.
giving up 28 points in that game.
They couldn't
13
tackle us.
carries, 242 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
How much offense did we have? What was our total?
I believe that game is still the all-time rushing record for Montana State.
Which was
549 yards. Because I remember in the Sac State game last year, we got close to 500, and they started saying, "Holy crap, we're getting close to that Cal Poly game. That's the all-time rushing game in Montana State history."
Yeah.
We had 190 yards of passing and 549 yards on the ground.
Dude, every time Marquis Johnson got the ball, he went up the middle, and there was just nothing there anywhere.
No,
He just ran untouched.
Cal
so
Poly had
bad.
322 passing yards and 86 rushing yards.
Was that the quarterback that was a famous commentator's kid or something?
No,
Who's the quarterback?
He was not for that game. He was the year after Sam Heward was in Bozeman.
Yeah, Heward,
and
that's right.
We torched him. 59-19.
All right, give me the keys to this game, Thorny.
I mean, you got to just be able to have that energy on the road. This is our first trip out of Bozeman for a while. So playing on the road is much easier than playing or harder than playing at home without the crowd. There'll be a decent crowd, I think, there, but it's going to be nothing like they're used to. So you got to just come out and carry that momentum that we've been gaining into a road environment. I know NAU's on there. I guess I forgot about NAU, but it's the point remains.
Run the ball. It's my biggest thing. Establish the run.
Yeah, I'm with you, Zach. It's things that get me a little bit nervous is it's an 8:00 game, and so you're in their house. You have to wait all day long to play that game. You're coming off a bye, so you're just probably anxious enough to get it going. Although they are coming off a bye as well. They're believing, just kind of like Northern Colorado. Those are the two teams that are like catching a taste of victory. Cash just got to play cat ball, be dominant, be physical. The thing that would worry me is like a quick turnover where it gives them momentum. But yeah, just establish the run, play 4-quarter ball. I think we come out with a W.
I like when you say I think we win, and I don't think it'll be close.
Yeah. I haven't said
That's how
that
I
this
feel.
year. Yeah. It's a fullyism.
You more or less said it about NAU, I believe.
Yeah, I was pretty bullish on that. I mean, I guess this could feel a little bit like that to me. Like the walk up Sky Dome, the history within AU kind of feels a little bit parallel to how I feel about playing so late at night on the road when we haven't played on the road very much this season. So I don't know. I think the boys are going to be hungry, right? And they got a lot to prove. Still, I think they're playing with a chip on their shoulder, and I think that's what Coach Vegan does really well is prepare these guys mentally for the challenge, regardless of time and place.
Style points matter. You gotta beat the brakes off teams.
Does it matter? Apparently, it doesn't matter for the
100%.
Grizzlies.
I think it does.
I don't know, Zach. Like even more now, I'm just like I don't know. I don't think like the top 25 voters look at any of that. I think they just look at wins and losses and go, "Yep, they won." Cool. Slot them in.
I think it matters a little bit in the committee's minds at the end of the day, but I don't think it matters much out.
Yeah.
Like Sam Herder was talking about, all the various input they use, some weigh stuff more than others. And I'm sure some do think about like, well, they won their games, but they won all their games by like 3, 5, 6. I mean, I'm sure some committee members will talk about that.
Yeah. And people will talk about our Mercyhurst game.
Yeah. Which was an inflection point for our team. It's when we were trying to figure out our offensive line. Something else Coach Vegan talked about today, the gelling of the offensive line.
I think it's been a big piece of it. This solidification of the rotation. That was good. Right.
Buy or sell. We have 2 offensive players that have more than 100 yards in this game.
I'm gonna buy it.
Who would they be, Zach?
Adam Jones and Taco Dowler. I think they have explosive games.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one of bold prediction. I think we have the offensive player of the week this week in the conference. Don't know who, but I think we will.
Ooh.
There's a bold prediction.
I'd have to take a look at the games coming up. See the matchups.
One of the other things that I did notice, you're talking about the keys to the game. I was just looking at the stats real quick. Cal Poly is 3rd in the conference in sacks, and we are 3rd in the conference in the most sacks. So, like the 3rd worst in sacks given up. As we've seen, we talked about Lamson holding onto the ball too long. Cal Poly can get after the quarterback a little bit, so that could factor into it if Lamson takes some bad sacks.
I think that's something he's working on.
I mean, I
Yeah.
talked about it a while ago. I think it's just kind of some guys are just like that's just what happens sometimes. You take the good with the bad. I just don't know if Lance
It's how he
gets better
plays the
at it.
game.
Yeah, it's just kind of how he plays. So I don't know if you can. I mean, the more you play, the better you feel you get for someone right behind you about to trip you up. But I don't know. It seems to be about what it's going to be at this point, I think.
All right, boys. Yeah. I haven't watched a ton on them. I think they're a much better football team than they have been in years past, but they're not a ranked team. Go handle business on the road.
So we have the number 1 rated overall defense, and they have the number 7 overall defense. Let's go over to offense real quick.
They're pretty much middle of the road on like everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cal Poly's offense is number 9. We're number 3. Who do you think is number 1 offense, Zach?
By points or yards?
Totals yards.
By total Idaho State?
No, Montana.
I was gonna say the Grizz.
And Idaho
Yeah, I
State's
guess.
number 2. Yeah, that's wild.
Because Idaho State's only passing. The Grizz are at least they're doing both pretty big
Yep.
numbers right now.
If they play somebody,
They won't.
don't get me started.
Paper Tigers, Paper Pandas.
Paper Pandas.
All right. So are we buying that Montana State wins in slow?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't do that on this podcast. What are you doing?
No, we don't, I guess.
We
200
don't predict
and-
games. We just predict the lines.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
We've been pretty much avoiding making any just picks of any kind.
All right. So can we move
For
on
years.
from Cal Poly?
Yep.
They got Michael Briscoe. I'll just give you a couple of other things. Michael Briscoe is a wide receiver, senior, 6'2", 208. He has 7 touchdowns on 30 attempts. He has 578 yards. He's kind of like one of their top dudes. We'll have to prepare for the 2-quarterback system. They do have some guys up front that can clog up the middle. Thomas Bauda, 6'2", 270 senior. He's an active defensive lineman for them. But like as I go down through this team, it seems like all the players I'm listing feel like just your run-the-mill type of Big Sky player. It's not one of those guys you're like you hear about or read about. Name comes to your mind. And so I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying Montana State, outside of playing in a foreign spot late at night, should match up well against these boys.
Well, the
Go
talent's definitely been upgraded, like we talked about, but it's still, yeah. There's no, I didn't know a single Cal Poly player.
Yeah.
Usually you hear about like other guys in the league that are making some noise splashing, but I don't know anything about Cal Poly.
Yeah, we're excited for Paul Wolf. His program's on the up and up. It's better. It's the Big Sky's better when Cal Poly is relevant. Same with Northern Colorado. We're like, I think all three of us are rooting for Northern Colorado week in, week out to make some news, make some splashes, shake up the standings. But when it comes down to playing, when it comes down to playing the Montana State Bobcats, and I'm just going to say it, guys, we're a top team in the nation, man. We should just take care of business. So It is what it is. All right. Hey, Thorny, look at that clock. 42 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Creeping up on that 50.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Coach Vegan's rumors and how we are going to
we're toast.
and how we are going to react to those. So we alluded to Oregon State last week. Jay Norvell was fired at Colorado State, which is going to be joining the Pac-12 next year. What's your guys' takes on vegan and the vegan watch, as it will be perpetual throughout until it's not?
I gave a pretty long-winded answer last year when you asked me that about Washington State. I have a hard time seeing one of these opportunities wanting to wait for a coach to complete, albeit a playoff run. Most of these places that have open jobs want coaches in place by the very beginning of December. Being a playoff team like we are, this is the reason Matt Entz left for, I mean, there's other reasons, but he wanted to be a head coach and he wasn't going to get an opportunity. So he decided to take a lesser role at USC for a year and then go to Fresno State. It's hard for coaches to want to leave programs when they're building for a playoff run. And I think that's something Cat fans should take into consideration.
And I think there's some decent jobs openings here. Oregon State, Colorado State. I think those make logistical like next step for a guy like Vegan, but I just don't know if it's going to be more of a situation like Jeff Choate, who's struggling at Nevada right now. Are those kinds of programs that you can really win at now? And a coach like Vegan, can he win in programs like that? But I don't know. It's like you said, who's going to be hiring, and top teams are going to want their coaches right away, and top programs that have winning cultures already are probably not going to be dipping down to the FCS ranks. So I don't know. It's almost hard to see a path where we can go straight to a head coach job at a decent program.
And Coach Vegan likes to build his program through high school and bring in minimal transfers. The patience level is very thin for most of these programs. It's win now. So if you do take one of those jobs, you better be able to recruit the transfer portal like crazy. And I don't know if that's something Coach wants to do. Who knows?
There's a lot of things that you do that you don't want to do when someone's going to give you 6 times what you're making now.
So, the message again, I hope Coach stays. I love Coach Vegan. I love what we got. These are the good old days. I hope he stays, but if he does take a different opportunity, once again, the cupboards are not bare, and Montana State still has stuff. Look what just happened at South Dakota State. They lost Jimmy Rogers, took his entire staff, took a bunch of players, and South Dakota State doesn't look any worse for the wear right now, do they?
Yeah, so that's what
Not
I
really.
wanted to build upon is, so last Saturday I watched Choate versus Zach, Nevada versus New Mexico.
Who
At
won?
the same, New Mexico won 24-22. Kind of fun game to watch. Scrappy. Choate brought in a freshman quarterback that might save his bacon over there. Not the point.
Of course, Foley watched the Choate game.
I love Jeff Choate. I'm not going to back down from that. We all know I do. So, but it reminded me how different a position the Cats are in now versus how Idaho was in last year with Eck. Because I would argue that Idaho won because of Eck. It was because of his, we called him like kind of a swashbuckling pirate on this pod a couple of times. He just had so much
The
swagger
riverboat
and
gambler.
confidence, and his players just reflected that. But one person does not make a program. I think this is reflected a lot in the Grizzlies as well. When you hear the media talk about the Grizzlies, they talk, who's the figurehead of the Grizzlies? Who's the face of the Grizzlies? It's Bobby Houck, right? Who's the face of the Bobcats? It's the players. It's not Coach Vegan. It's the program itself. So my point being is this, like Coach Eck leaves Idaho. It's not surprising to me that they're kind of in a tailspin right now. When a coach leaves NDSU and they go on to do whatever they do, they continue winning. When a coach left SDSU, when he went to the Palouse, they continue winning. Why? Because the program is already set. It's not about the head man. It's about the program. And I think that's what Vegan has done in such an awesome way, is he's established a program that's not about him. It's about the Bobcats. It's a focus on building the lines, bolstering the offensive defensive lines, a developmental program, double reps at practice, and a complete buy-in on what it means to be a Bobcat. And so let's say Coach Vegan does take this job somewhere, wherever it is, X job somewhere in the West, and we're going, oh man, what do we do? Well, we do exactly what North Dakota State does. We hire within the tree and continue the program because it's already built. We don't have to worry that our swashbuckling pirate coach, who has all the charisma in the world, just left and now takes X amount of players. I think Montana State is in a position to absorb a loss because of Coach Vigen's ability to build a program. And that feels distinctly different than when Choate left, because when Choate left, our toughness seemed to leave. That's how I felt. I was like, he's the dude that made a change. And he's kind of like Eck in that case. He's actually kind of a little bit like Bobby in that case. I think Vigen's distinctly different in the way he builds the program. It's not about him. It's about the program. And I think that's why you see reflected in the dominance with the Bison, the Jackrabbits, and now probably the Bobcats going forward.
Well said.
Like it. Nobody panic. We got a long season ahead of us.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. 50 minutes. Hit it. Good job, Foley.
Name that cat time.
Name that cat. All right. We already got the cock and balls out of the way, so this could be a little faster. As Thorny is whooping up on Zach 7-4. Let me pull up this boy. This is one of the tabs I did not have ready to go, so give me a quick moment. This is good podcasting right now. There we go.
Gives me extra time to make you another drawing.
Gosh. All right. Let's go to the roster. There we go.
More stalling.
Okay. Gotta scroll down here. Sorry. I thought I had everything ready to go. I was wrong. All right. Here we go. There's our guy. All right. At the mercy of the internet at this moment. It's taking a long time. There it is. All righty. I'm just going to give you this guy's high school stats. Earned Class AA All-State and All-Conference honors twice at receiver and finished his career as a Bozeman High's second leading all-time receiver. Also, All-State as a senior on defense. He played safety, caught 60 passes for 970 yards and 7 touchdowns as a senior, picking off 3 passes, helping leading Bozeman High to the 2023 Class A state championship. Elected team captain as a senior and was offensive MVP for the East team in the 2024 Montana East-West Shrine game. Is this Ryan Schlepp, Rocky Lencioni, Hunter Provience, or Jake Vegan? Again, those are Rylan Schlepp, Rocky Lencioni, Hunter Provience, Jake Vegan. Got one answer from Thorny. 2 answers. Hey, Rocky, let's go.
The Italian stallion.
My boy, Rocky.
Not making up any more ground. Darn.
Oh, I like it. All right.
Pretty confident for that one.
8-5.
Between that and vegan, what are my two?
I knew it wasn't
sneaking
vegan 'cause he
Schlepp
went to
in. Schlepp's
Gallatin.
from California. No, Schlepp's from,
Is it from like Red Lodge?
yeah, somewhere in there. Provience is from California. That's right.
Yeah,
And
I knew that.
Vegan.
With the whole, oh gosh, who was the coach that was linked up with him?
Ooh, I don't know what you're talking about there.
Okay.
All right.
All right, boys. Locks time.
Lavier's locks. Let's do it.
Fierce locks. All right. Gentlemen, 1812, 1812, and 1812. Those are all 3 of our records.
Oh man,
Anybody's game.
I like it.
Another rough weekend, but let's see. Foley was the only one that went 2-2. Me and Thorny went 1-3.
Ugh.
Can you
So,
give us a recap on what I was right on and what I was wrong?
you were correct on Northern Colorado and Eastern Washington.
Yep. Okay.
Thorny had the Northern Colorado game, and I had Eastern Washington. That was my only win. So, all right.
Blech.
Eastern goes to Weber. Weber is 15 point or 15 1 point. Sorry, 1.5. Can't read my own handwriting.
Okay.
1.5 point favorites. So slight favorites for Weber.
I'll take Weaver.
I'm looking this up again there. Zach, you said who's going to Weber?
Eastern.
I always do this. Eastern's going to Weber. Weber's favored by 1.5.
Yes.
They showed me a little bit against Portland State, but that's not saying
God.
much. I'm taking Eastern.
I have Eastern as well. I think Eastern might have found something out. I know Idaho's not very good, but Eastern might be on the up and up, maybe. Montana goes to Sac State.
What, they have to travel?
They are 7-point favorites on Friday night on ESPN2.
What?
Wow.
Give me Montana. They're going to be fired up after those comments.
Oh, yeah. I didn't
I
think
forgot about that. Yeah, give me the Grizz.
Yeah,
There's
Grizz.
going to be no mercy there. All right.
Forgot about that already.
NAU goes to Idaho State. Idaho State is a 1-point favorite on the FCS Sportsbook on Twitter.
Wow. All right.
Is Pennington hurt or something?
These are two teams that are going to chuck it around the yard. I'm going to take NAU.
What? Your boys, Zach.
I know. I'm going against my boys as much as I love them.
My brain says NAU. I'm going with my heart. Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. Thorny?
I think the Bengals.
All righty.
I was not impressed with NAU losing so badly at UC Davis.
All right. This is one that I'm going to have to think about. Portland State goes to Idaho.
No.
Minus 19 points.
Oh, minus 19.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Do we trust?
That's a lot.
Oh gosh.
Portland State's really bad. Idaho is going to cover that easily.
I guess I haven't quite abandoned all hope on Idaho yet. Vandals, yeah.
Portland State's really bad.
They're so bad.
Really, really bad.
Give me Portland State in the points.
No,
all right.
Exactly. Like, this is the worst version of Portland State you have ever tasted, ever.
I understand that, but has Idaho just completely quit?
I mean, even if they did, I don't know.
Northern Colorado dropped a 50 burger on them.
Gosh.
All right.
Okay.
Davis travels to Northern Colorado. Davis are 9-point favorites.
Give me the Bears.
Give me the Bears.
Bears with the points.
I think this is a separation weekend. I think Davis shows up and shows who they are. Give me Davis. And finally, your Montana State Bobcats travel to San Luis Obispo to play Cal Poly. Montana State is 17-point favorites.
Goodness.
Give me the Cats.
I'll take Cats.
All right, gents.
Who'd you take?
I have Cats.
Okay. It's like if you say something other than the Cats, you got to explain yourself.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cats. Like I said earlier, I think we win and I don't think it's close. So,
can we get shirts printed with that? I think we win and I don't think it's close. I want that. I know someone who can print shirts. Turns out.
I think I know somebody too.
All right. Okay, let's check in some golden coolies and get out of here. It's 58 minutes. I don't know. See what we got. Although that's a 3-minute buffer. Here we go.
Nope,
Oh.
you're over it. You went over the thing.
So Mike Bitterroot Bobcat did follow up on our questions about our beer. We were right. Rainier is the number 1 appearance on the show, and I was right. Number 2 was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. 12 appearances on the show, which is tied for number 1, apparently. So there should be a split there, Mike. 12 and 12. Number 3, and I think this is all Thorny. No, this is not all Thorny. I've had this beer. Bozone Amber.
Yep, that sounds accurate.
Yeah. Coors Banquet comes in number 4.
Which has to be all you. Maybe I had one Coors Banquet. You went through a phase.
Did I? I probably did. Yeah, that probably would have been early in like 2019. Coors
Yellow
Original.
Jacket phase earlier on.
Yeah. Mountain Man Scotch Ale. That was a Jeremiah Johnson beer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Portugal Amber. That's all me.
That's all you.
Yeah.
Mike, when's the last time a Jeremiah Johnson was on the pod? Been a while.
Gosh, that's the best ad we ever made, Jeremiah Johnson. Yep. So that was such a good ad. Coors Light was in the top 10, tied with Prickly Pear, which is a phenomenal beer. Another pale ale. Moose Drool, Miller Lite made all 5 appearances. We typically drink Moose Drool post Cat Grizz on purpose. So there you go. Prodigal Cat says, your alternate universe, this goes to Zach, where Cho ends up in Missoula, gives him the hives. I'm sorry.
I read that. I thought that was pretty good. Sorry.
Montana Bob says, where does Great Falls Select fall in that order? Great Falls Select is hard to find outside of Great Falls, turns out. Montana Bob. I know that, I was going to say Madison River. Who does Belsh and White? Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon brews Great Falls Select. It's an okay. It's not my favorite. So no great, huge Great Falls fan. Obviously from there, spent most of my life there. I don't think I've ever had it on the pod. Maybe once. Mike tells. Let's see. Is Lamson the most accurate QB we've ever had? We talked about that last week. I'm not sure what the stats bear out.
He's garnering national attention. I'm seeing on social media, like a lot of major sites are picking up like how this dude came in and the year he's having for us.
Gosh, I love watching him. He's kind of like a game within a game I'll watch. Just him. He's just fun. He's becoming one of my favorite Bobcats. I hope he stays around next year. I heard somebody say, heard Lamson's going to be Colorado State's quarterback next year. I was like, I don't want to go through that right now. So, yeah, that's it. No Golden Coolie questions outside of those.
All right. I love the beer stats. Love it.
Those are fun.
My favorite stat segment.
What do you think Mike did? Do you think he went just chose a week and just played intro into our episodes for, just logged them all? I went back. I was wrong. We have 265 episodes.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
That's a lot of beer.
Getting up there.
Yeah. I mean,
I was wondering if there's a way to AI, if you could pull out a transcript for the first 5 minutes of every episode and then analyze.
Or do you think
koozie?
Since 2018, Mike has been keeping an Excel sheet and just waiting for...
That's what I think.
That would be awesome if he's just been waiting for this moment in time to start commenting on our tendencies of beer. How does Zach play into this? Does he have any statistical significance in wins or losses?
I feel like I'm pretty vanilla. I need to get a better beer rotation. I'll work on that.
I used to put a lot of effort into picking beers out before each
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, me too. It was like a challenge to find
Mhm.
something that spoke to the week, and it was fun.
It was fun.
I feel like we used to put a lot more effort into prepping for the show, but
Yes. Also,
uh, so that's the
Hashtag
thing
King
with
Crispy.
with 3 guys now, you don't have to be as on, and so it's just like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be good. Someone's gonna pick it up.
Works out.
Yeah, there it is. All right, that's it, Thorny.
All right. Congratulations. You won on the over. We made it to over an hour on this, or right around an hour probably by the time it's done. So, all right. Well, the bye week's over. Excited to see the Cats back in action on Saturday. Thanks again for listening. You can find us on the web, RRCatcast. You can find us on Twitter, RRCatcast. The web, rrcatcast.com. I don't know if I said the .com part. I'm sure you can figure that part out. Let's get out of here, boys. Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.